we all agree that the Browns have had a good run here in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
But for some players, there may be disappointment because when you add a bunch of free agents, that means guys that were on the roster that maybe thought they were going to get more of an opportunity may now get less of an opportunity to perform. The Browns, after being a team that for decades had no depth, now have, in most of their position groups, I would say, very good depth, especially at running back, quarterback, and defensive line. And to some degree, wide receiver. And corner even. So there's a lot of depth. So who on the Browns that was here is the biggest loser in free agency? In other words, you thought maybe that guy thought he was, hey, I was going to have a chance to start, or I was going to be the third corner, or I was going to be the fourth pass rusher, and now I'm further down the depth chart because of something the Browns did. Tyvis, why don't we start with you again? Go ahead.
Well, the obvious answer for me was Elijah Moore.
Right.
I mean, Elijah Moore went from literally going from wide receiver 2 to wide receiver 3.
Right.
And obviously, you know, him not having that big season, he was counting on this year to be considered the number 2 so he can get the bag because it's his contract year. But now that they've added Jerry Jeudy and they've paid Jerry Jeudy, you got to feature him now because now you have to show everybody, you know, why we paid this man. So I think a lot of the game plan will be tailored more towards Jerry Jeudy to getting him his first 1,000-yard season. So fans will be like, oh, this was a good move. You know, he came here and got with Deshaun, and now Deshaun and him, Jerry Jeudy looked like a top wide receiver in the NFL. I don't know how Elijah Moore fits in that anymore. I don't think he's at the top of their concern anymore about getting him the ball and getting him his reps. I think the only thing that he got going for him is that he still can do the getting the ball out the backfield.
Oh,
stuff.
no, he can't.
Yes, he can.
We revisited that time. No, we're not gonna do that this year. He done. He's a big.
You gotta get him some.
Of that
you gotta get him some versatility.
I'll do that with Jerry Jeudy.
We're not even putting him back here for no returns. Nothing. No. He's just gonna be. He's a small blocker now.
Y'all need to cut it out. You know what? He's 800 yards. Book it. No, what I say yesterday? 756.
800. Oh, yeah.
756.
He didn't even get that last year when he was allegedly number 2.
And getting touches out of the
4
backfield.
touchdowns. Book it. 756,
Book
4
it.
touchdowns. Book it.
Says the guy, G. Bush, the way they utilizing him in this offseason. My knees. My knees are shaking. My knees are shaking. No. Listen.
Do you agree it's Elijah Moore or you got somebody else?
I got somebody else in mind. Right. I was glad you didn't take my guy. This is obvious. And I was wrong on this one last year. D-T-R-A. Sayonara.
Man.
Yeah, it's not looking. Come on, you bring in famous Jameis. You bring in a Pro Bowler and Tyler Huntley.
You think he gonna get cut?
Oh, listen, they're gonna try to flip him from something.
Oh wow!
They're gonna flip him for something. They're gonna get him. Listen, they're gonna roll him over on somebody else. Just like if Dobbs got what do we get for Dobbs?
A 6th round pick.
You might get a 4 for old boy, DTR. You might get a 4 for him.
You can get that for Huntley.
No.
Listen, they gonna keep Huntley. Like, listen.
Why would you keep Huntley?
Because
that man is under contract for 3 more years.
We don't care about that.
What you mean? He's cheap.
Minimowski.
He's cheap.
Listen, Minimowski.
He might not even make $1 million.
Guess what?
He probably doesn't.
Yeah.
He don't, which is easier to move off of him.
Tyler Huntley what is Tyler Huntley's deal?
Minimum, veteran minimum.
Super minimum.
So
if you had a game that you needed to play today, this is how it's going to work.
Minimum.
The Browns understood last year. Deshaun get hurt, they ain't going to take it from us saying we going to bring P.J. Walker or some of these guys off the streets. They got a guy that's played games before. He's definitely going to play. He's in the mix. If you look at the experience level in that room, the guy with the least amount of experience and the biggest question mark is DTR. And yeah, you can say, well, I thought DTR did some nice things and all this other stuff. Don't get it twisted. There was a time period where DTR was slated as the backup quarterback, but they decided that he wasn't good enough and had to go to P.J. Walker.
We talked about this on Tuesday.
That is not true.
I agree with Tyvis. I think the only way Tyler Huntley's on this roster at the start of the season is if Deshaun Watson's not ready to play.
If they said you got a game today and you could play DTR Tyler Huntley,
I'd play Tyler Huntley.
I'd play Tyler Huntley.
Why did y'all say that?
They wouldn't need that, G, because he got Jameis.
It's not like he was great.
Look, he was better than DTR.
DTR had problems, and before he got hurt, he was playing well.
Tyler Huntley is better than DTR. It's just is what it is. I'm sorry.
Why? Because he got a Pro Bowl?
No, because he's played in meaningful games.
He has playoff games
and playoff games in a system with a good organization. He's better.
I'm taking DTR over.
I agree with G that Tyler Huntley gives you a better chance to win by a little bit right now, but I agree with Tyvis that I don't believe that they'll keep Tyler Huntley as a third quarterback over DTR. I don't
why
think
would
they
you
will.
do that?
He's better.
Gee.
I think they'll. Here's what I think they'll do.
Okay, so you got Jameis on the 1 and Huntley on the 1.
So let me ask you this
question. So we don't got nobody for the future?
Let me ask you this question. If they thought DTR was that dude, they would have brought in a lesser camp arm. You don't bring in a Huntley guy that is playing. Yeah, but they could have brought in. They could have drafted a dude.
You act like Tyler Huntley is like Joe Montana or something.
But why would, if they wanted DTR, why would they bring in another quarterback? You already had 3. He was ready to go.
Didn't DTR get hurt too?
Yeah, DTR was hurt a little bit.
What was it? No, like didn't he finish the year like hurt?
Yeah.
Yes.
What was his injury?
I think something on the ankle or something.
So maybe he's not 100%.
I think, to me, this is all about them being extra cautious if Watson's not ready to go. I think Tyler Huntley is more likely to be able to put on the practice squad than DTR. Because nobody wanted Tyler Huntley. Otherwise, he would have signed for more than the minimum.
Hey, listen, I'm just saying.
I think that's what will happen if Deshaun Watson is ready.
If you listen, I'm going to just I will say, look, if DTR goes to camps and beats him out, clap it up for him. But we're not giving no positions out.
I've been saying that.
We ain't giving no spots out.
So you think if Watson's healthy, that they'll keep Tyler Huntley as their third quarterback over DTR?
Yes.
No.
And Tyvis and I think it'll be DTR.
Yeah.
Now, if he beats him out, like if they go into camp and he just lightened it up and he's better, I'm rolling with the best guy.
Now, remember, either way, they might have to keep 3 quarterbacks on the roster, which they never did last year.
Either way, they want them all to do well, so they don't have to cut nobody.
Right.
They can trade them.
Right.
Yeah,
But don't you agree that Tyler Huntley's more likely to make it onto the practice squad than DTR?
Yes.
Because every team had a chance to sign Tyler Huntley this offseason.
Because DTR is still a young guy on a rookie contract.
Right.
Like that's like you tell me.
Tyler Huntley's played big games. G, I agree with you. But I think if you look at DTR, there's upside. I think people are like, Tyler Huntley is what he is. This is what he is.
It's all about money at the end of the day. Everybody want to strike when they got a quarterback that's on a rookie deal. If DTR shows that promise that he can come in and be a starter and make plays, which he wasn't bad, his receivers did him no favors. Can you admit that?
Listen, I'm not saying they didn't do him no favors.
Okay.
But he didn't really. I'm just saying, look, I wouldn't feel great about it. Like let's be.
You didn't. So before he got hurt in the Denver game, you wasn't thinking to yourself like, oh, okay, he throws some decent.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a rookie.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. You got to give him a little room to grow.
I'll give him a little room to grow. Yeah. But I would feel kind of shaky.
But it's
that you got 3 quarterbacks here and one of them can play.
But it's different than last year because now they have Jameis as the backup. Mm-hmm. So as opposed to last year when DTR was the backup, and he shouldn't have been. Mm-hmm. He should have been third string. Mm-hmm. But let me give you my opinion. Now, I actually agree with Tyvis. I think the answer is Elijah Moore. But I'm going to make a case for someone else so I don't make the same argument you did. Actually, you could even make a case for Cedric Tillman if you want.
Oh, that's why that was my second choice.
But I'm going to make a different one. I'm going to make a case for Alex Wright.
Okay.
So the Browns obviously have brought back all their veteran defensive linemen, all of them. I remember thinking at the beginning of free agency that they'd bring back, in addition to that, they also signed the guy from the Jets whose name I keep forgetting.
Quentin Jefferson.
Q. So they've added 4 free agents in D-line, 3 that have returned, and 1 is a new guy. Mm-hmm. I didn't think they'd bring in that many guys. I thought Alex Wright at the end of last year showed a lot of upside and potential.
He did.
Now, I don't know if he's going to necessarily play less, but it's much more crowded with guys who are proven and veterans out there. And maybe Alex Wright, if I was Alex Wright a month ago, I might have been thinking, man, I got a chance to be a starter if I have a great camp. Now he's got no chance to be a starter.
Well, my second choice was going to be Ika because he went from He literally went from it was just him and Dalvin on the roster at D tackle. So he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm starting."
Yeah, but at least Alex Wright showed something.
Yeah.
Ika hasn't showed.
Siaki,
really hasn't had a
But
chance.
still, he won't get a chance now.
Siaki Ika's nickname is Healthy Scratch.
That's sad.
Healthy Scratch is you better.
You don't want that nickname.
There's no way he can't do that and get too. If he is a healthy scratch, they would just move on.
Listen, maybe he don't. I don't know, man. I ain't never seen somebody get red shirted like that. He got the red shirt.
He definitely got red shirted.
Like it's like there's Tyvis. Like if you don't get red shirted, then you get red shirted as a junior. That's bad.
I hope that. I sure hope he goes out there and develop a pass rush. I don't think he has to worry about the run defense. I think it's more of a pass rush thing. He needs to maybe cut a couple pounds, get a little bit.
He is a one gapper. Like he's not like he ain't no like I'm upfield. I'm about to get my pass rush move on. That ain't it. That's not his. That ain't his game.